Hey everyone, it's James from FunFoods, and today I'm going to show you how to make these sugar cookies decorated like little Coca Cola bottles. So keep watching and I'll show you step by step how to make these. The first thing we want to do is start off with a large bowl. I'm using my stand mixer bowl for this, and it may not be large enough. We may have to cut this in half, but we're going to start with that. We're going to add to that 4 sticks of butter. Now this is 2 cups total, and it's not softened at room temperature. It's just divided up and cut up into cubes. I'm going to put that in there. And also 2 cups of sugar. And using our paddle attachment, we're going to cream this together for a couple minutes. And you may have to stop and scrape down the sides and the paddle occasionally. All right, so once that's creamed together, now what we're going to do is add in 2 large eggs, also 3 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and cream this together. All right, so that's creamed together. Now we're going to move on to the next step. Next, in a large bowl, I have 6 cups of flour. In this, I'm going to add 3 teaspoons of baking powder and a dash of salt. And we just want to whisk this up until everything's nice and combined. Now we're going to bring in our stand mixer just to make things a lot easier on myself. Let's move this out of the way. And we're going to slowly add in our flour to our wet ingredients and just mix it up until it becomes a dough. So I'm going to put it in about half at a time and go from there. All right, so I did about 2/3 of this. My stand mixer is not big enough to put in the rest, but I do have to add it in there. So we have to do it the old-fashioned way. So we got to just scrape off our beater here, and we're just going to use our large bowl. Here we go, and do it opposite. We're going to put this stuff in there. This is going to be the old-fashioned way. I'm actually going to just knead it by hand because I think it'll be easier that way. I was going to mix it with the spoon, but that's going to be a pain. Yeah. We're just going to do it by hand, guys. Really old-fashioned way. And at this point, I'm just going to turn it out onto a non-stick surface because it's too hard doing it in a bowl. So. All right, so now we're just going to take this and roll it out nice and flat, 1/4 inch in thickness, and then we'll cut out our cookies with our cookie cutter. Now I did decide to use a manageable piece. I took about 1/3 of the dough and just did about 1/3 at a time. I did preheat my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now let's cut these out. So I'm gonna cut these out using a cookie cutter I made here at home. And I made this, I got this little kit right here on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description below to where you can get a hold of one. I can't remember the price, but it'll be in the description. And it's pretty easy to make. It's not that hard. It depends on how many bends you make with it, but pretty simple to do. I was looking for a cookie cutter that was a Coca Cola shaped one, and they're quite expensive, so I just got this kit and made my own. So now let's cut these out, and here we go. And you just want to pull off the cut out cookies and put it on a baking sheet. And with the extra dough, just ball it back up and roll it out. Keep doing it over and over until you have the number of cookies you want to make. And when you get your cookie sheet filled up, you're just going to take these, put these in the oven at 350 degrees for about 10 minutes. Okay, so when your cookies come out of the oven, let them cool down completely before we move on to the next step. When your cookies are cooled down completely, now we're going to make the icing for the cookie. Now I'm going to make the icing and then I'm going to divide it up into different colors. So to do that, I'm going to start with 2 cups of powdered sugar. Add 2 tablespoons of light corn syrup. You also want to add about a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And we want to slowly add in a little bit of water. Start off with 1 teaspoon at a time. And we just want to mix this up until it reaches the consistency we're looking for. And as you do this, if you find that it's too runny, you can always add a little bit more powdered sugar. And if it's too thick, you can just add a little bit more water. All right, so there we go. This is the consistency I'm looking for. And I'm going to divide this up and color it 3 different colors. So for the smallest amount, we're going to keep white. So this isn't going to be colored at all. We're just going to keep this white. So I only need a little bit of white. So I'm going to put some of that in a bowl. And then the most we're going to need is, it's like a black brown color, and then a little bit of red. So this one I'm going to put, we'll color this red. All right, so we're going to start with I'm going to put some brown in here. This is going to be to represent the liquid in the soda. And we'll see how it looks after I color it brown. So we're going to try 1 drop of black food coloring now and see how that looks. I'm going to try 1 more drop. If I can do a half a drop, I'll do that. But there we go. All right, so this is the color I'm looking for. It's almost a black brown color. We're going to put this in a piping bag and we're going to pipe out our cookies. So I just have a piping bag inside of a bowl. Just makes my life a lot easier. And for the red, I'm going to add a little bit of red to this. So now all my icings are in bags. I have the brown, the red, and the white. I'm going to cut a small hole, one that's not too big, but big enough to let some stuff out. And what we're going to do is we'll start with the brown, and you can start with any color, well, red or brown, whichever one you want. And I'm going to leave a gap because the bottle wasn't filled all the way to the top. So we'll leave a little bit of a gap. Just take a toothpick and we can fill in the gaps. And we gotta let this dry before we do the white part, the letters. That's what we're gonna use the white part, but we're also gonna put the white part up here, which... Now that the red part has dried completely, what I'm going to do is try to write the word Coca Cola on there. And if I can do it, it's going to be hard. It's in cursive, and I can write in cursive, by the way, but it's just going to be hard to do, to try to make it fit on there. And I'm going to do my best. I might end up just writing Coke across a lot of these, but we got to try one first, right? Okay, so that was really difficult. For the rest of them, I'm just gonna write the word Coke just to make my life a lot easier, but you can see how it's done. Well, now it's time for the taste test. I'm gonna dig in to our cookie and try it out. It's good. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching me make these sugar cookies looking like Coke bottles. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Also, check out this video right here. And until then, I'll see you next time. Got it online at Amazon. I'll put a link just below. I can't talk. Let's try it out. So now all the icing is... Okay, so now that the red part has dried off, I'm going to try to write the word white.